My name is Matilda Ngozi Egbumokei, popularly known as Mama T. I'm a Nigerian. I grew up in Nigeria, in Lagos most especially. I'm one of 4 children, the 3rd child, the first girl. There's a gap between my brother and myself because the girls were a bit difficult for my parents to have. So when I came, I was, hey, it was hallelujah. Everybody was rejoicing. So that's why I was given that name, Ngozi Chukwuka.
Which means? God's blessing is the greatest.
So in my family, I'm like egg. Nobody, I should not be broken because this precious thing we've waited for so long. So my father will not let anybody touch me. He's the apple of his eyes. My mom at times will be screaming, "The way you are teaching this girl, will she marry? Will she going to marry?" He won't let me in the kitchen. But my father said, "Just leave her alone." It got to a stage where I was enjoying that attention for some time, but it got to a stage where it became a bit stifling. We left Nigeria for the UK, 1987. My husband came back from work one day and said, guess what? That is the director of the company called him and said, "Would you like to go to England, Hamburg, or Germany?" So he said, well, anywhere English is spoken. So he chose Liverpool. And he said, "We are going to Liverpool." I said, "That's good, that's answer to prayer." But this was about 3 years ago, before 87. And it didn't happen because Nigeria was having problems then. It was from one coup to the other, one coup to the other. So it delayed our going. But finally, 87, we left. Yeah, when I came to the city, I loved what I saw, but the only problem was I missed my Nigerian food because I didn't know anybody in Liverpool. So, and where we lived is not a black area, so there was hardly any blacks where we lived.
What's the name of the area?
It's called Blondescence. It was in Crosby. So there is predominantly white. So of course there is no African or Nigerian food there. So it was potato, rice. So and I loved my Nigerian food. I loved it, especially agbono soup. Yeah, things are different from this country than we do in Nigeria. Especially, you don't just go and knock on your neighbor's door. In Nigeria, you can come to my house without giving me notice. But I know that here, you cannot. And then my children will want to play. But then, where we live was so secluded. So she said, "There's no children here." And those here, because they are white, they play on their own. They were not used to playing with black kids until they started school. So they didn't start school until October. September, towards the end of September. We came here end of August. So until when they went to school, and then it was a change for them because at first they were sort of isolated. These people didn't know. But the good thing there is that the building, the house we're in, NNSL owns the building. So 3 of their staff families are there. NNSL is Nigerian National Shipping Line. Because now they bring their officers in batches. So 6 of us came, but 3 of us lived in that house. So they were responsible for housing us. So, but other officers have been there before we came. So the school is used to having black children. So it was a little easy for my children to mix it, except my second daughter, who could not find a place in that school for her class. So she had to go to a different school, and she was the only black girl there. So it was a bit of a challenge for her. When we moved to Buto, we did encounter a bit of racism. When my children go to school and I do their hair with thread, you know the way we plait hair in Nigeria, plait there with thread, they come back with the thread hanging down them. What happened? Oh, they pulled it, they say, oh, you are having horns, you are horns. Then they ask them, oh, you live on trees, isn't it? Show us how you climb the trees and all that. So at times coming home, they face people, and I said, Father, we have to deal with this for me. Show me how to handle this. And I just told them, say, whatever it is, you don't look for trouble. But if you see them coming, that is why you must always keep to each other. So when I didn't leave them to go to school on their own. I always take them to school and bring them back. So it's only when maybe they are out playing that they meet, or at school in the play group, playground, they pull their hair. And I said, when anybody does that, report to the teacher. And if you report and nothing is done, let me know. That day, it was in the morning, Saturday morning, second Saturday of December, 1996. After 7 o'clock, I switched off the telly. Now, I was lying on a setting, and I said, today, I must hear you talk to me. You have to talk to me today. But I only have 30 minutes, because my son was to go and play football for the school team. Now, I wanted to hear God talk, but I was doing the talking. Until he said, keep quiet. Ask me what you want. So I said, I need you to bind fear in my life, bind doubt in my life, said, lose your blessings on me. I kept quiet. Then he said, is that all? I said, no, my daughter, my first daughter then was giving me a hell of a time. All what I'm not used to was what she was doing. So it was a problem for me. So I wanted God to deal with that for me. So I said, my daughter. But he said, forget your daughter. She will come to know me and she will be great. Are you ready to follow me? I'm saying it verbatim. Are you ready to follow me? So I said, well, you lead the way and I'll follow. And I felt myself get up. And we went on this long journey. He showed me things, beautiful places, and then he gave me an image of a white girl, a little small girl. And I asked, what business do I have with this girl? But he didn't answer that question. But I think the answer was that every image he gave me was of a child. They were so in a beautiful surrounding, all filled with children, all playing, no child was miserable. Not one adult was among them. We have those with one leg, those with one eye, black, white, the mixture of children from different parts of the world. So he now said, if you follow me, you will be as happy as these children. And I need you to set up a prayer group. I have never been to a prayer group before. And he gave me a chapter in Isaiah, chapter 61 to read. As soon as that message came, I came back to myself. The first thing I did was check the time. 8:01. So I said, wow, was I dreaming? Was I sleeping? Was it real? Did it really happen? I woke my son up, read that chapter, couldn't make head or tail of what it was saying. So a friend called me just after reading it the second time. Matilda, I need you to pray for my auntie in Canada. I said, I beg your pardon? When did I start praying for people? I'll not pray for myself or for who I know, and now all the way from Canada. Are you drunk? I said, but this is what I've just experienced now. She said, that is the confirmation you need. I said, what confirmation? When you start that prayer group, let me know. Now I'm getting angry with her. Got to the salon. One of the Igbo ladies called the salon. She's still alive today. Called the salon. I said, Ebony Hairdressing, can I help you? Is that you, Matilda? I said, yes. Did you win the lottery? I said, no, why? She said, your voice. I narrated what happened to her. Then she said, she's been waiting for something like that. So that was how my life changed. I used to be quiet. I used to be shy. So, but with time, I became talkative.
How did you hear from God? What language did He speak to you? How did it manifest?
Well, as I'm talking to you now, it was as clear as it was. It was as clear as you are talking to me now. I could hear Him clearly.